Hi, how are you all today? Hope you all are having a great Thursday. I'm not normally live on Thursdays, but we don't need to hear all that, right? I'm not normally live on Thursday, but I wanted to bring this kit to you, and this is literally the only day I had to do it. So we'll see how many folks we get to hop on and give us some love here. Hopefully, folks will hop on in a minute. My folks aren't used to seeing me on a Thursday. Anyway, it's okay. Keep them on the toes. Hi, Christy. How are you? A painter's daughter. I love that. How are you doing? Hopefully, you're doing good. Oh, I see you're over on the YouTube. Okay. That is awesome. And so, I am bringing the kit for July. That is the Paint Pixie Kit, and it's called Dreamer. This kit is packed with stuff. I think it's $32, regularly $48. But oh, good. I'm so glad you're good. But I want to show you everything that comes in this kit, and so you get a lot. And you actually get a lot that you can do like multiple things with. And that's the thing I love about it when you get a kit like this. So this is transfer rub on, and it's 20 by 14. It's called the Spiritual Journey. You get a full sheet of this. You get this full sheet. And so, which is a lot. Hi, Ari. How are you? And so you get this full sheet. And actually, I'm going to be giving away some stuff from this live because, well, I already have some of this stuff. And so I don't need multiples and duplicates and all of that. My studio's already overrun. And so then it comes with this mold. I love this mold, by the way, because you can, I mean, you make a rose, but I use this mold to make multiple size roses, like the teeny tiny ones, all the way up to using the full one. And so it is very pretty. You're going to see the pretty roses that makes, and the transformation is really pretty too. You get a sample size. That's a lot of pixie dough. You can make a lot of roses out of that. You get a 6-inch canvas board. You get 2 pieces of paper, of rice paper, and you get printables. You get 3 different Dreamer hand lettering. Actually, Lindy Tate did those. And then you get a 12-inch round. And so that's everything that you get. It is very pretty, Kelly. Oh, no, it's not. And you get a thing of magical chalk paint that is in Dreamsicle. So that's everything that comes in the kit. And it's like I said, $32, rarely valued. I think she said at $48, if I remember correctly reading on this site. And so I am going to have a giveaway today. I might have 2 if we can get my numbers up there. So sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm going to do the mold with the little prize, the little sample of Pixie Doh. And if we get my numbers up high enough, I'm going to give this away also. And so, because I already have one of those. And actually, I've used a couple of things off of mine. But I think today I want to use one of these big mandalas on this. And so we'll see. Oh, yay. Thank you. Thank you for sprinkling. Let's just see if we can push our numbers out there a little bit. So, and y'all talk to me because it's going to be the comments. I'm going to scroll comments. I'm going to pick a comment. So the more comments you have, the more chances you have to win. I'm going to get us started here because it is just a lunchtime live here. And so I have to get back to work. I'll tell you, this paint, I can never get my tops off. I have to use my Wonder Woman string. I don't have any sound. Do I not? Can you not hear me? Can everybody else hear me? Oh, you're good now. Okay, good. I'm like, are you freaking me out, Brenda? I'm like, if for those who can't hear me, they're doing what I'm asking. I'm like, I'm good now. Okay, good. Good. All right. I was like, obviously I'm speaking telepathically. Hi, Cindy. How are you? How you doing? Hi, Brenda. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Kelly. How are you all today on this Thursday? And so, y'all, July is going to be action packed. Tomorrow, I'm going to be live with 3 other people on my page at the same time. It's going to be 4 of us live together. It's going to be a riot tomorrow. Oh, good. I'm glad you can hear me on YouTube. I often wonder, like, what does that sound like over there? And am I like coming across okay? Can't come in too much driving to the doctor's. Well, be careful. You be careful with that. We love you too much for you to be unsafe. I'm doing good, Brenda. Y'all, last night I was so like, I don't know. I had my private group meeting. We're just their welcome feedback session. Oh, Brenda, that mirror that we worked on. I was looking at it today. I got an idea I'm going to use on that mirror. You know, it's broken glass that we were looking on. We were testing some stuff last night, guys, in my private group during welcome Q&A and feedback session. We usually work on something that we're like, we test or we just have fun with their art supplies sometimes. Sometimes I have a project, but a lot of times it's just play with their art and just see, like, you know, if there's a question. And so we pulled out the mirror mist that I have on my page, and I'm gonna give this a dry. This is just primer. I pulled out the mirror mist that I have on my website, and we were playing with it. I had a frame that came with the glass broken, and I have an idea. We were just seeing what it looks like and having fun, but it's going to make the most awesome Halloween decor ever. And so when I came down here just a little bit ago, this afternoon, it was sitting here and it just the whole image just popped into my head, and I'm like, yep, that's exactly what we're gonna do. It was, wasn't it, Brenda? Yes, I pray her doctor visit goes well also. That's what I love about you all. You all think about each other. Y'all talk to each other. Oh, my ear itches. You have a lot. That's good, Cindy. Oh, no. Okay, well, I'm glad y'all back on the road. I'm sorry you had a car issue. Nothing worse than when you're traveling to have a car issue. But you're headed towards Alabama. Yay. Y'all stay safe. I just pray you find the perfect, like, temporary place, and then you find the perfect permanent place. That's what I pray for, is that you find the perfect. I'm just drawing our primer, and then we'll use some of that Dreamsicle. I may have to open up that Dreamsicle, guys, because I'm out of Dreamsicle. And order. I haven't gotten my order for the month in yet to get my Dreamsicle. So oh, good. I'm glad he was able to fix it. I know you are. I would be too. Super excited. Exciting times. I would be very nervous about moving that far away, but at the same time, like very excited about it. Then, like what is it going to be? You know, finding the perfect place. And I think it's smart to do something like you were saying, temporary until you really get a feel for the area. I think that is like so super smart. Y'all, if y'all are in Mississippi, give a shout out to Kelly because she is headed your way. I know there's a few here that are in Mississippi or really close to it. Yeah, exactly the feeling. Yep. I know I have some followers who are in Mississippi. So I know you're there. I don't even think it's worth me looking down here in my box and finding the Dreamsicle bottle that is in here because if memory serves me right, last time I was banging on the bottle to get any out. Another fly, guys. I don't know. I'm over it. I had 2 here last night. I thought I had gotten both of them. And well, I know I did. Actually, I killed both of them. And now another one has showed up. And so I'm like, I am losing it. Like, I don't know. I don't know where they're coming. I mean, I guess it's just going out of the garage and coming in the garage, but I have to put a fly trap or something coming from the garage into the rest of the house. Maybe I'll catch them. It's not terrible. I mean, there's only been like this is the third, so like it's not like it's like the fly infestation. But I don't want the fly infestation. Like, I don't want the movie, where what is it, Poltergeist? We have all them flies on the window. I have to move. They do. They drive me crazy. So guys, sometimes when you put like primer or paint on a wood board, you sometimes get a little like raise up of the grain. I just take a sander and just give it a quick little, this is a low grit sand block, and I just give it a little sand, and that will lay down like any of that rose up. Sometimes you get that when you put, paint on wood. You get a little grain rise up. I just do that real quick, clear it off, and we're good to go. No, I'm not doing resin. I was doing resin the other night, and the piece for the group that I showed y'all that I'm so excited about, and it was like, Fly, if you get over here in my resin, you is going to be in trouble. So this is Dreamsicle. I love it. I'm just going to put this down on my full piece here. I'm trying to decide how I want this to look. When I get kits or something like that, it has all these things, especially from like Paint Pixie, being an affiliate. I'm a proud affiliate of theirs. I love their paints for many things. But I also like to show all of it being used. And sometimes it's just more than I can use in one live. And because these kits are just, they have a lot in them. I like the kits that come with like the molds or the big transformations, and then that way you have more than one project to do with it. And so we're going to get this layer down. That's pretty, isn't it? I think I want to just add a little bit of I'm going to pick a little bit of this, and it's going to look a little weird, but this magical chalk paint, the Violet Lemonade. My paint is still wet. I'm going to try to do this, see how this works. I'm just borrowing from Peter to pay Paul, right? We're just borrowing from Peter. Peter obviously was pretty rich. Paul was not. Well, maybe Paul was rich. I don't know who was rich because you're always borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. So obviously you got money from Paul at some point. Peter obviously doesn't care if he gets paid back. Love the resin, yes. Flies do love it. No, it wouldn't look good on it. We'd have to be doing a major repair. A major repair. All right, we're going to dry this. I know it looks a little weird right now, but I think it's going to be pretty. No. Who says weird sayings like borrow from Peter to pay Paul, or I often tell my husband when he's in my way, like, I'm like, you're a nickel holding up a dime. And I have all these little sayings that I say. Oh, thank you, Kelly. I do too. I kind of like that. Tell me if y'all have all these little sayings that y'all say, and tell me which ones y'all like to say. Which ones you find yourself saying over and over and over. Of course, I say that to my husband only because he's the one that taught me that saying by saying it to me. So I repeat it back to him. He was the first one I heard say a nickel holding up a dime. Y'all tell me, have you heard that before? I have a good one I've said my entire life. Now my kids say it. Well, what is it? Never heard that saying? I never heard it until he said it to me. My grandma, she was big on sayings. And she would say, like, all right, which one do we want to use? Do we want to use this one? Or do I want to use this one? I'm like, how do I incorporate this? I may not incorporate that square one. I don't know. Oh my, I only have to pay taxes and die. Oh my goodness. I should tell you what my husband said. I know I don't usually talk much about my husband, but he hates for people to say that he has to do something. And there's a long story, especially like if it's a nurse or one of his, nurses from his doctors. He hates it. And so one day, I don't know if I think it was when he was in the hospital and they wanted him to do something and he didn't want to do it. And so for the most part, my husband is not hard to get along with, when he's in places like that, but it was not one of his best days. And the nurse was pushing him and she was like, "You have got to." And he was like, "Lady, let me tell you, there's only two things I've got to do. Pay my taxes and die." And he was like, he's kind of like you. And I'm not doing either one of those today. You reminded me of that. That's been a few years ago. But he was like, "I'm not doing it." All right, I'm going to put down a little bit of soft gel on this. This is gel paste, and it's just going to protect my paint from when I put the transfer on. Hopefully it will give a good result to the transfer, and the transfer won't start to pull up the paint, because sometimes when you haven't let things sit and cure really well and you go to like the next step, and the next step is a sticky process, you can pull up your paint because it hasn't cured. And even though it's dry, yeah, like we should. You got a mouse in your pocket. You're gonna be. We should if I want to. But exactly. And so hopefully this will just give a layer between my paint and that wood. Although we did prime it, so the paint is got like a binder to stick to, but y'all know with transfers that I have done like right on top of fresh paint, sometimes I get that pull up where it just pulls up everything. And so I have been told if you put this on, you kind of can, like, it's a semi-protector to maybe prevent that. So we're going to give it a test and see. Yeah. My husband was in the Navy. He can be quite the firecracker when he wants to be. I have to be the one to remind him sometimes to behave himself. And so sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But he's a good person. He just doesn't always have the tolerance for some people. And this nurse, while I respect and love all nurses, don't get me wrong, she was not the nicest nurse he had by far. And so I won't say she deserved it, because they work hard and have to deal with lots, but she wasn't very she didn't listen very well. She's also the nurse that would not listen and crushed up a pill and put in his feeding tube that was going up into his nose. And she crushed it up with no liquids and shoved it in the tube thing and blocked his feeding tube. And they had to take it out, and then he refused to put it back because he didn't want it. He didn't want it when they put it in, but they did it when he was like at surgery. And he like got mad that they had put it in because he didn't want it. But he needed it, but he didn't want it. And then when he was there, he kind of accepted it and was being fed through it. And then he tried to tell her not to crush the pills up and put in it because it would just clog it up. And she wouldn't listen. She was, because he was like, I can swallow the pills. And she wouldn't listen and let him swallow the pills. And she clogged the tube up, which forced them to have to take it out. And then he refused to give them permission to put it back in. So I wasn't too thrilled about that for her. Your daddy used to tell you to behave. Yep. You know what I mean? I could say that sometimes. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? But sometimes I get the little sayings wrong. And like I'll say, kill two birds with one stone. And sometimes I get all excited and I go to say something and I'll be like, that's like killing two stones with one bird. I'll do that quite often. I'm good at killing two stones with a bird. Hi, Kathy. How are you? Y'all, if you're talking to me, say hi. Make those comments because I am giving away maybe 2 things depending. Y'all, keep the numbers up. I know you can't force people to stay and people got lives and people are in and out, and that's all right. I totally get that. This is a little sticky still, so I want to make sure this is good and dry. I want my transfer sticking to it and it not to my transfer. They do. It was wrong of her. It was wrong. I was so mad. Because, well, you know, I mean, I don't know what prompted the doctors to do. I mean, I do know what prompted the doctors to do the feeding tube, but he had told them going into it that he did not want it when he was having one of his surgeries. And he had told them he didn't want it, but they did it anyway. And I mean, I had nothing to do with that. They did that in surgery, and they did it anyway. And I mean, and then he was kind of like okay with it. He was mad at first, but then kind of okay with it, and then she had to go clog it up. I'm like, really? But oh well. All right. Did we say which one we want? Do we want this one? Or do we want this one? I don't know which one I want. I'm kind of leaning to the second one. Yeah, she should have. She should have totally listened. They are annoying to have them. I mean, I've never had one, but I can only assume that they are super annoying. I like the one at the bottom too, Jane. How are you doing, Jane? Hopefully you're having a great Thursday. I think we'll do this one at the bottom. And I think I done left my scissors over there and I got to go grab them. Let me not step on the transfer. I sat down there on the floor or fall over my heat gun cord. Not a bad one. Just working. Yeah, me too. I'm on my lunch hour. Thought I'd hang out with y'all. Tomorrow I'm going to be on my lunch hour too. We're going to be here and I'm going to be with 3 other creatives. I'm so excited. Michelle from Michelle Bell Creations, and then Lisa Boone from Lisa Boone's Designs, and Grace Kurtz with Comfy Nest with Grace. And so we're going to be having fun tomorrow with paper. Y'all come, be sure to join us. We have something exciting coming up that I can't wait to tell y'all more about. Oh, that's gonna be pretty. Hi, Sherry. How are you? And then I have this that we're gonna decoupage. Maybe we need to do that first. Maybe that needs to be a firstest thing. We're gonna say Dreamer on that. I love this one too. And so how are you? I'm just gonna cut this for now, but I'll come back and do like the feathering because I don't want it to. We're gonna put that up there. This kit comes with 2 pieces of rice paper and 3 different Dreamer. I think they're the same font. I mean, they're all hand lettered by Lindy Tate. I think it's the same. It's just different sizes for, what you want to do. And so, oh, that's going to be pretty, isn't it? And so, okay, now that we know where we want this, I'm just going to pull this up. I really don't want to lose my placement. So I know it's a little bit down, but our wording's going to be up here. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Kelly. And Jane. I'm loving it too. Get my little scraper here. And just start to burnish this down. With all transfers, you have to burnish them. And let's just hope that soft gel worked. That gel paste worked. And did its job. Oops. Well, it might have done its job, all right. We might have stuck the plastic. Whew. All right, come on. Okay. Maybe I should have give myself a little bit more leeway on that cut. Give myself a little bit of extra. Not quite taking it right to the edge. I'm newish to transfers. I mean, I've done a few of them now on my page. I've never done them before my page recently. And so I can't imagine some of those big ones you see on furniture. I would be like, just cut my arm off now, please. Just lose my arm. Because it's not going to work after all this anyway. I guess after time you get used to it. I can't imagine doing like huge ones. I've seen some huge ones done, transfers, and you're just like, really? Wow. I mean, it does bring the wow factor though. That's totally worth it. But at the same time, you're like, whoos, that's a lot of work. We're having pretty good results, so I'm pretty happy with that gel paste. It's working. I've also heard if you have problems, I know, Chrissy, that's what I'm saying. Yes, I like to teach all the stuff. I like to show different art supplies, different things. This is Paint Pixie Kit. And so you get the full transformation sheet. I was using mine that I already had cut some out of. But you actually get in this kit the entire thing. Oh, and I know what I meant to do. I meant to put my link up there. Can y'all guys just do me the favor and click this link? You don't have to buy anything. I'm not asking that. But my link got messed up, so I had to get a new one. It wasn't like you know, she switched to a different one, and I got the new link, and then the link wasn't like accounting for any clicks. And so if y'all could just click that, I want to see if my number, like, it tells us like, okay, so many people visited under your link. You know, that's kind of like the analytics behind it, which is great because her old system did not have that. And so we had no insight into, like, you know, how we were doing. And then like the new system, it stopped counting like in June 12th, and it wasn't tracking anything after that. And so she gave me a new one, and I just want to see, like, is it working? So I just want to check my numbers after this and see. Yes, it went up. So if y'all could just click on that, I'd appreciate it. Just let me know you clicked on it so I know, like, okay, 4 people clicked on it and I see 4. That way I know it's working. Because it was really weird. I was like, no clicks from June 12th? Like, that can't be. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Ari. I appreciate that. I'll check after just to make sure, like, everything is still kosher. You can quite see this takes a little bit of time. But we're pretty much getting 100% transfer, which is pretty dang good from my experience. Like, usually I haven't gotten that. And so I'm pretty happy with this gel paste and allowing that to happen. I'm kind of crediting it with that. Now, as soon as I say that, something won't transfer, just sure as, you know, because as soon as you say that, it all goes downhill. Like, oh, we doing good. Kind of like, I've always heard this saying, you know, you want to see God's humor, just tell him your plans. Instead of asking him what, you know, he has planned for you, tell him your plans. And see, see, right there, we got pullage. Kind of what I said. As soon as you brag on it. So y'all tell me, what kind of breakfast goodies do y'all love? And do you have one of those recipes that is just like, if I'm going somewhere and I'm taking something for a brunch, I'm making this. Mom and I have the food. We signed up to bring food for the church cafe on Sunday. And we've been trying to work out what we are taking. And so it doesn't have to be like anything big. Like it's just kind of like little before the service, a little gathering that we do. And there's coffee, there's water, teas, etc. And little treats. Each week, different people sign up. And it's kind of nice. It's nice. It's fun. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Lynn. It just says like question mark 25. It doesn't really say my name. It says like question mark. What do you see right there? Question mark Sid equal 25. You'll see that at the top. Oh, and if by any chance y'all have saved any of my other links, that's my new one. I doubt you saved it because why would you? But just in case, I gotta update my link tree. I don't think I have. I haven't changed it on there. I don't think about my link tree much, but I should because I have it on my page. There are some spots that did not do, but that's okay. I mean, that happens sometimes regardless anyway. And so we're gonna just power through this. We can always paint if we need to. Any little piece. Oh Lord, my armband fell off. It's really not that bad. It's just like, come on now. I don't have patience. My patience isn't. Y'all need more patience in your life. Just put a transfer on. It'll teach you how to have a little more patience. I normally get asked to make potato salad and cheesy bacon roasted cauliflower dish. That sounds good. That sounds good. This is for breakfast, though. I don't think they would want that for breakfast. But this is before 11 o'clock. It does sound good, though. We like to do, like, so, you could bring donuts. I mean, there's no requirements whatsoever. It does not have to be like handmade or anything like that. My mama likes handmade, so we end up doing handmade, like from scratch. I'm more like buy it. Hash brown casserole. Oh, that sounds good. Take hand cinnamon rolls, place in muffin tin, and push to cover sides and bottom. Put in canned pie filling and bake. Oh, that sounds good. Drizzle with icing from cinnamon rolls. Oh, I'm gonna try that. That sounds good. Ham, egg, and cheese muffins are a hit and easy to eat. Oh, they do sound good. That sounds good. Hash brown casserole sounds good too. All right, come on now. I'm losing my patience. I don't want you to I don't want to be impatient with you when you pull up and you not pull up right. But at the same time, like, come on now. I need you to pull up. I ain't got all day to spend my whole life putting you down. Stick. I'm just being anal and trying to get it all. Instead of just being like, okay, if a little bit gets left on the thing, it's okay. I'm just being a little more anal about it. That's all. And I also think being new to them, it's just like, I haven't figured out the magic of getting this down. Because I've seen people do this a whole lot faster than I'm doing it. And like, so I think it's like one of those things, like when you really get comfortable with it, it goes faster. Because I've seen people put these things down a whole lot faster than I'm doing it. Like, so I guess there's an art to this, just like anything else, right? There's probably like the magic button. It's a little bit cathartic too, just to watch it like pop off. It's pretty fun. Just to like watch it pop off. I know. Yeah, I heard we could get thunderstorms like this afternoon. Of course, yours would come up maybe depending on direction a little bit before us. But yeah, unfortunately, storms are a factor here. These warm days, it just builds up heat. And sometimes in order to break that heat, you've got to have a storm. To calm it down a little bit. Brenda, y'all still hot where you are? And Christy, is it still really hot where you are? Because I think the last time I was live on Monday, weren't you saying it was like 100 and some degrees where you were? Or something like that? It was almost that. Heat index. Somebody was. I was thinking it was Illinois that was that hot. I was thinking it was you who said that. Because it's been that hot everywhere lately. Come on, get off there. We're down to it. Grass needs to be mowed. Yeah, mine does too. It's looking a hot mess. I was out earlier. I had taken Kai out and I noticed some mushrooms popping up on the one side of my yard. I was out earlier picking them up because I don't know if they're poisonous or not, and I don't want him getting them and getting them in his mouth. I'm gonna have to find something to spray. The things I've read, like, well, it kills the mushrooms, but it also like kills the grass and everything else. And I'm like, I don't want to kill my grass. I just want to kill the mushrooms, people. One was like this holistic thing of vinegar and water, 4 parts water, 1 part vinegar. But they were like, but it'll kill everything else too. And I'm like, well, that's kind of not what I want to do. I don't want to kill my grass, people. I already have a tough enough time getting grass, let alone kill it because I'm trying to kill the mushrooms. Like, that's counterproductive. But it's only on one side of my yard, and I try to keep him from going over there on that side. But, you know, sometimes he gets over there because, of course, he's no different than any 2-year-old when he figures out where you don't want him to go. And that's, and that's like, you know, the prize thing for him to get over there because he knows, oh, mom don't want me going over there. So it must be something great over there that I must see. So let me go over there and get it. But, yo, my husband asked me today. He was talking about Kai and how smart he is and how he just, you know, he'll play with his balls and he'll do things. But then he'll throw his ball like behind the TV because he wants me to play. And he knows he's not supposed to go behind the TV. That's where Yo-Yo's litter box is at, is kind of hidden behind the TV. And so he'll throw his ball back there to make me have to go get it so I can pay attention to him. It's a problem. We're working on it. And so anyway, today Ted said, what if he had a friend? Would he just play with his friend and not like bother you every minute? And I'm like that's like music to my ears. And I'm like, I don't know. He's like, what if he had a friend? I'm like, I'm all for him having a friend. That means I get another dog. I don't know if I could deal with another dog. I told him I did say, I said, I don't know if I could deal with another one like him. And so anyway, because he can be pretty smart. And trust me, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know who's training who in this deal. If I'm training him or if he's training me. But sometimes I think it's 1 Kai, 0 Amanda. And sometimes I think I win. On occasion I win. But for the most part. I know she does. She uses a lot of them and she does them quick. And I'm like, girlfriend, you don't have to tell me the magic here because this is just like, whoosa. And hers just lay down like butter. And she doesn't do all that I do. She doesn't put the stuff down and all that. She just does it. And I'm like, I don't know. But I figure after I do 100 of them, I probably will find the magic too. He needs a sibling. I know. He has Yo-Yo, but Yo-Yo, of course, is like, I'm not playing with you. Yo-Yo, in Yo-Yo's mind, he's clearly superior to Kai. But my husband is like, do you think he would like a friend? I'm like, I don't know. I almost wanted to be like, do I have to admit you for asking this? Because I can't believe you're asking me this. So I'm telling y'all so I can mark it down so I can remind him when he quote unquote forgets to be like, yep, this is the day you said it. I don't have any fingernails. I don't have any fingernails. Unless I go get it. Remember Double Trouble. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I said. Like, it might be Double Trouble is right. I guess I had a little bit of on my transfer I was using to burnish, and it stuck not to where I wanted it. But there we go. And then we'll put Dreamer up here. Throw that in the trash. But now y'all are my witness. Just so y'all, I have a witness. Y'all are my witnesses that he said that. And so he can't take it back. And been like, I never said that. Because we'd be like, yeah, you did. Right here, right here. Here's the day you said it. But he was like, do you think if he had a friend? I'm like, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. We all need friends in life, right? It's the first time in a long time that my house has only been a 1-dog house. So, in a long time. Oh, I didn't color set it. Uh-oh. So, when you print your stuff on your rice paper from an inkjet, make sure you color set it, because I did not color set this, and you can clearly see I've got some bleed. And I'm okay with that bleed for right now. Hopefully it doesn't get worse. If it does, that's okay. Because we'll just incorporate it right into our design, and no one will be the wiser, right? And if they are, oh well. It's okay. Only you and I know. You have BJ and Chew, the brothers, and they're very different. Yeah. Your cat fully bugs your dog all day long. I love it. You're my senior dog all day long. He just clearly just bugs him. Yeah. Kai kind of bugs Yo-Yo just a little bit. He clearly our middle daughter and husband foster dogs, and right now they have a total of 5. 1 is theirs, 2 neighbor dogs, and 2 foster. Wow. Yeah, I've never had as many as 5. The most I've ever had is 3. At one point I had Cody and Hunter and Oscar. For a little while, but that was just when I had Cody and Oscar, and I mean Hunter, and we kept a neighbor's dog because she was stupid, and I there's no way to describe it. I mean, other than she was stupid, and she thought she could move from the little cottage behind us, not connected to our property. It's on the road behind us. She lived in this little cottage, cute little cottage. And she moved into town, into an apartment in town. And she thought, I don't know how she thought this would work, but she thought she could move into an apartment that allows 1 dog and take 2 dogs, and somehow no one know that she has this extra dog. And of course, she wasn't there, and she had signed a lease and had moved in. She wasn't there, I would even say less than a month before, they're ready to kick her out because she has 2 dogs. It's I could get I mean, I could maybe see you could be like, "Oh, I'll sneak a cat in," right? Because the cat doesn't go outside, he just stays inside, and, like, maybe they won't realize I have 2 cats versus 1 cat. But how you had a dog? And her dog was, like, big. It was like a 50-pound dog, and the other dog was like a Pomeranian, so he was a little dog. But it's like, you gotta walk the dogs. You gotta take them outside. I mean, how did you think you weren't gonna get caught with, like, especially 2 dogs? I mean, I could see if she had, like, maybe 2 Pomeranians and you like they look alike and you take one out and you come back in and you a few minutes later, like, take the other one out and then somebody be like, "Well, that might be the same dog." But there was no way you were gonna mix up a Pomeranian and then she had this dog that, called Lady that had it's a Heinz 57 variety dog. It had like it was a gray she was gray, so she probably had some Weimaraner in her and she had some collie in her and she had I mean, I don't know, Heinz 57 variety. She had a blackish tongue, so she had some chow in her. But she's the size of like a chow or bigger, a little bigger. And a Pomeranian. Like nobody was gonna not realize you have 2 different dogs. Now that bled big time, but that's okay. We're not gonna worry about it. Hey, Teresa, how are you? So it was just like she was not. I mean, I shouldn't say bad because the woman passed away. She passed away. I don't know when, but some time back. It's been a few years now. Nice lady, nothing against her at all, but just not smart. Like, you can't, you're never going to be able to hide a dog, especially when you're living in apartments and people are all around you, and dogs are barking. It's like they know the rules just as well as you knew the rules when you moved in. They're going to report you, and they did. And so we watched her dog for about 6 months or so until she found somebody else. And let me tell you, when she brought her dog here, and I had just gotten Cody, he was a puppy. I had lost my other border collie to illness, and he had real bad seizures. And I had just gotten Cody, my puppy, and she brings the dog here, and I noticed it had like this like skin condition. And so I told her that, you needed to make an appointment. I said, you need to make an appointment and have that skin condition looked at. Well, she does, and she comes back, and it's the mange. It's demodectic mange, which isn't as bad as the sarcoptic mange, but it's mange. I about lose it. I mean, I didn't say anything to her, but like after she left, I about lost it. I had to pray about that one. I had to ask for a little bit of forgiveness on that one. I'm not gonna lie. But I panic and like, I've got this puppy who is just brought him home. And then, it all worked out. None of my dogs, Hunter didn't get it. Cody didn't get it. He was protected from his mama's milk, thank God. And so all was fine. But so we're just gonna try to cover up where it bled a little bit. It's not gonna be perfect, but that's okay. We're just gonna cover it up a little bit. And so, but they gave the dog this medicine for it without checking what was like what the dog had in him, and they gave him ivermectin. And y'all, if y'all have collie breeds and y'all hear the word ivermectin, just know collies are, it's highly dangerous for collies to have ivermectin. And this dog, I tell you what, she was crazy. It affected her neurologically. She could hardly walk. She would walk up into a corner and not figure out how to get out of the corner, and she could see, and she couldn't figure out how to get out of the corner. It was crazy what we had to do for this dog. And so had to help the dog eat, had to help the dog walk, had to help, like, I mean, it was bad. All right, let's put some molds on and have some fun with molds. So this is the mold that comes with the kit. This is my mold. Here is a brand new one that I'm gifting away. So y'all talk and sprinkle the love and do all the things. I'm going to do that along with this. And we're going to make some. I'm going to show you how easy this is to do. Where's my, there it is. I have a brush that I use for the, now this is pretty well like coated. And these molds you can actually use with food, but if you do use it with a fondant or something like that, do not use it with the Pixie Doh. Okay, don't mix the two, or resin or any of those things. Don't mix the two. How do I color set? Oh, so the way you color set is when you print with an ink jet. I spray mine. I spray mine with one of two things, and I don't have it right here to show you, but I either spray it with a workable fixative that's a Krylon. Hold on, I done got this stuff down my throat. When I got my cup back, I haven't got it washed. Now, as long as I don't leave it down here. Yeah, it is. It's dangerous for many breeds. And so I have workable fixative, and then I also just have some Krylon, or you can use hairspray or the Krylon workable fixative, or just a little bit of just this Krylon sealer, spray sealer. And so, yeah, it's very dangerous. She was never mean, but she just didn't know. She didn't know who she was. She didn't know how to go up steps. She didn't know how to go down steps. She didn't know how to walk from one room to the other. It was like the neurons just were not firing. It was like dogs living, but nobody's home. And we had to do pretty much everything for that dog. Outside was a disaster, but we did, I mean, luckily she didn't make a mess inside. But it was bad there for a while. So I just get a wad of it and I just work it in my hand with a little bit of, you've been seeing me dip in here and work some in. What I want it to sound like, and see if I can get it so where you can hear it. Can you hear that? I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know if you can pick it up. It's kind of very light. But it is kind of the sound of like tennis shoes on a linoleum floor that's wet. Like your wet rubber shoes, that sound it makes. It was sad, but she lived. She lived. She lived. And it was a lot. She needed a lot of care though. And luckily my husband at the time was in better health and was able to do a lot for her. because of course at that time I was working outside of the house. Right now I work from home, which is really good. But at that time I did not, and so we're gonna do some small ones, and then we're gonna do some. Thank you, Sherry. And so we're going to do some bigger ones. And so I do my small ones just by only putting a little bit in there and just pushing, letting it go where it goes. And then just pulling out. I didn't put any more cornstarch in there. I probably should have, because now it's sticking. All right. All right, little butthole. Can be a little butt. Let's put some more in there. It's that stuff is, I would not let my dog have it. But of course, now I have border collies, so it's hugely dangerous for them. It's dangerous for any collie breed. Because collies do not have a brain barrier like some of the other breeds. And I don't know about Chow Chows. Chow Chows may have that, not have that same thing. And so medicines do really weird for collies. So you have to be careful. You have to be careful. And and of course, looking at her, you would not have, I mean, a vet gave him the medicine, gave her the medicine. You would not have known she had collie in her looking at her, because she didn't look like a collie at all. Like no reminiscence of a collie whatsoever. She's gray. She kind of had the chow because of her tongue, but she didn't have any other sort of like reminiscence of collie. So I could see why you wouldn't have thought that collie was even part of it, but it was. The poor little girl was in some bad shape. This side will be a little longer. Yeah, I like to hear that scratchy sound. That's when you kind of know you've got enough. And some will tell you to put your molds in the refrigerator and then do it, and then unmold them. I don't do that. I don't have time for all that. That's why I like to just use a lot of the cornstarch and just put a lot of the cornstarch in it, and that way I can just pop it right out and be done with it. He was crossbreed also, yeah. And so, yeah, for those that have like dogs that are like mixed and you're not sure what, before you give them ivermectin, make sure you have them tested, because it can mess them up. It's scary. Only part chow, yeah. What y'all think? I'm kind of liking this. Kind of think I'm pretty. No, you don't have to let them sit a long time, no. But you do have to make sure you got plenty of cornstarch. That one didn't have plenty of cornstarch and it kind of stuck. So you do have to, if you're not going to let them sit in the fridge or some freezer or whatever, you do have to make sure you're using a good amount of cornstarch. And so if you're not, it's going to stick. Part child we saved from the pound several years ago. Best dog ever. Oh, I totally believe it. I totally believe that. Uh-oh, somebody threw up a mad face. Who's mad? Don't be throwing up mad faces if you're mad. Don't be mad and throwing mad faces, even if you're caring about the dog and stuff like that, because guys, that really hurts us. That really hurts us. Facebook says, oh, they don't like you, and then they don't put you out. So if you throw a mad, just throw a happy or a love or whatever, and it'll all wash out. I'm gonna grab a little more because I want a big one. I think I'm gonna put one of them big ones in the center. Nope, I don't let them set. That's what I don't like, is I don't want them to set long time because I don't have time for that. I don't have the patience for that. I just want them to be like ready to go. That's the thing I do like about the Pixie Doh, is it's pretty much just like ready to go. Come on, pop out. Pop out. Give me a big one. Okay. The only thing about it is you will have stuff everywhere. So don't do, I would say this, don't do, make sure you've cleaned up well. I won't say don't do, just make sure you've cleaned up well. If you're going to pull out resin after you have your Pixie Doh, you can put resin over top of these, but you're going to want to make sure you have your all of your cornstarch cleaned up. If I can finish a sentence, use your words, Amanda. Use your words. Oh, thank you, Sherry. And so, oh, I gotta get back to work. I have to work late tonight. All right. Let's give these a quick little paint. And the other thing I like is you don't have to let these dry before you paint them. You can just paint them immediately. And so you don't have to wait on anything, and you can just paint immediately. And I like to just use a little bit of water with my magical chalk paint. Thin it out just a little bit. Oops, oops, oops. Don't you fall over and dump on my little goodies. And then when you paint these, if you have it a little liquidy, it'll just go down in all those little creases. And I'm mainly just trying to get this dark down in those creases. But isn't this just the cutest kit? And you get the whole transformation sheet, not just one little piece or two little pieces. You get the whole thing. And so I love that you get the whole thing, because then you get to pick and choose how you want to use it and what pieces you want to use from it and all of that. And so we're just gonna think she said so, like a $48 value, because you know these are, I don't know how much these are individually, but they're definitely, you get the wood round, you get a 6-inch square that we did not use, you get 2 pieces of rice paper, you get a full 2-ounce bottle of Dreamsicle, which is the color of the month. I like it paired with this, but that color actually would pair good with anything. So, but I do like it paired good. I think it pairs good with this raspberry, not raspberry, violet lemonade. You like the kit a lot? Yeah, I do too. I think it's a nice kit. I don't know how many they have left, but once they sell out, they're gone. She did bring one of the kits back, kind of. She changed it a little bit, and that was the Dream kit, but she said that was probably the only one she was going to do that with. The rest of them, when they're gone, they're gone. And so I think she probably thought it was a good idea, and then she had issues finding all of the stuff, you know what I mean? Like, because she only curates for so many, and then once they're gone, it's hard to go back and find some of the same stuff. So I totally get that being an issue. So tomorrow on my page, we'll be live at 1. I'll be with Grace and Michelle and Lisa. We'll all 4 be here. I hope you can join us. Coming up later, there's all kind of fun things happening. So if you're not on my email list, get on my email list. Go to my website. You'll see, get on my email list. Get on the email list, because you're going to want to hear all about the stuff coming up. We've got Christmas in July that's going to be happening. This is probably the only thing I'm going to be doing on my page that isn't Christmas this month. Well, tomorrow might not be Christmas. But Christmas in July is going to be a 3-day event on my page. We're going to have so much fun. I don't know if it's going to be on my page or in a private group. I think it'll probably be in a private group. More information is coming on that. Hoping to have all that finalized in the next day or so and have that out there with information also. If you're in my private group, we're having a guest do hand letter, showing us hand lettering, which I don't know if you're like me. I need help in hand lettering. So lots of fun stuff planned for July. Lots of fun things coming up. That was brilliant. Oh, thank you, Teresa. I hope so. I hope y'all enjoy my page and enjoy the things I bring up. I try hard to do fun stuff. Oops. We're just going to get these painted, and then I'm going to go back to that Dreamsicle and come in on top of them. So we're just using this like to make sure I get in all the little areas, because you don't want to like turn your piece and then be like a big old white showing. Thank you. I'm glad. All right, come on. There we go. Like, fix yourself. Anybody have any fun plans for the weekend? Doing anything fun? I'm taking food to the church. Mom and I are taking food to the church on Sunday. I don't really have anything like burning this weekend. I'm just going to be working on stuff. Trying to get all the stuff done. Next Saturday, I have a local paint party that's going to be so much fun. So much fun. Have like, I don't know, 22 people, I think, right now. Maybe 24. Been working in storage, hopefully get rid of things. That's good. I need to work in store. I need to work and get rid of things. That's what I need to be doing. I got too much stuff, guys. I dropped my paintbrush in my lap. Let me get paint off of my jeans. There we go. Gone. Gone, gone, gone. No special plans. Yeah, me either. I don't have any of next Saturday. There's going to be an event I'm happy about too, that I'll be in early though. I think it's like I'll be live like at 10 a.m. But I'm so excited to y'all hear more about that tomorrow. Y'all will hear more about that event tomorrow. Gotta keep some of my secrets. I gotta keep some of my secrets. And then Kelly and I, we have a fun thing being planned for if you do Chaulk Couture transfers of the month. So if you're one of ours from that, it's going to be so much fun. So lots of fun stuff. And towards the end of the month, there'll be an event that's going to be so much fun. It's going to be a mystery paint event. And there's going to be 4 of us, starting with 4 of us. I don't know how many it'll end up being, but we're going to mail each other cards. And in the card, it's going to be what we have to paint. And we don't open them up until the event while we're live. So we don't know what we're painting until then. So if y'all want to go join that, It's called the Secret Brush Society. Just Google, not Google, go to Facebook and search. I don't know why I said Google. Go to Facebook and search Secret Brush Society and join that group. You could do it after my live. Don't do it now. Do it after my live. Don't leave because we're going to be giving away some stuff here in just a minute. I've got to go. I got to get back to work. It's 2:30. Oh, Lord. My boss is going to be like, where you been? I'm going home. I don't know. I'll blame it on Kai or my hubby, one of the two. He don't know I'm live on Facebook. I don't be telling him. I get in trouble for being live on Facebook. So we're going to do a little giveaway. I'm going to give away the mold and the Pixie Doh to some lucky winner. But I'm just going to scroll comments and pick a comment, okay? I'm just going to close my eyes, scroll comments. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do that because Christy was on YouTube. Y'all, I'm live on YouTube and on my Facebook page because I'm fancy like Applebee's on a date night. I know y'all can't tell him. I'll blame it on Ted. Ted won't know. And neither will he. Guys, my boss is a great boss. He won't care. Long as my work is done. That's all he's gonna say. Long as your work is done. Long as you get your stuff done on time and nobody else is waiting on you for your stuff, then we are golden. Notice how I'm just like scrubbing the tops of these. Making it kind of just sweet and subtle. No plans here. Going to rain, so we'll probably paint. Yay. I don't know if it's going to rain here. Friday night I'm going. My son's birthday is Friday. And so he's my stepson, but still. I claim him. And we're going to go to a little place called Sakura. How cute is that? I love it. I'm just going to get a little bit of white just because I feel like it needs just a little touch of like something a little brighter. And I'm just going to go over top again, a little lighter this time, not really dark. My little paintbrush thing is full of paint brushes. My water bin. Gotta clean them too. We're just going to hit the very tippy tops. I don't want to cover up all of any one color. We're just going to add a little pop. Just because I feel like it's necessary. That's making them stand out. Look at the difference that made. Just a wee little bit. And I'm going to glue this down with heavy body gel. I love to glue my molds with it. It just works so good. You could use hot glue. There was like a little myth going around that you couldn't use hot glue with the Paint Pixie Doh, but that is not true. Not true bit. So if somebody says that, it's not true. They just have heard something that's not true and repeating it. Because I have used it with hot glue. In fact, I had done it with hot glue, and then I heard it, and I'm like, what? Like, well, it worked just fine for me. Good thing. But then it's like, no, that's not really true. That's right. Gotta do what you feel. All right. I like that. I'm going to give it a quick dry. We're going to glue down. And then I'm going to grab my mat. My Heavy Body Gel. I mean, my heat gun is set on 400. And it's not melting it. Like, this thing is set on 400 degrees. It melted my fingers before. It would melt this. It will blow them all over the place though, because they're super light. I don't know. Sometimes you wonder, like, if things hadn't been like invented, what would you do? That's one of those things you would wonder about, right? Thank you, Cindy. Like, I wonder if I can scroll on my comments. No, it won't let me scroll on my comments there. How many days? I tell you, Heavy Body Gel works really well, though, for gluing stuff to canvas, to boards. And you don't have the bulk of the hot glue. But now it doesn't work for everything. Everything has a purpose and a place, right? And so definitely does not replace hot glue, but definitely an option depending on what you're gluing to what surface. Plus, it dries clear, so you can't. Okay, I thought I started there. I'm like, did I start there? Where did I start? Thank you, Teresa. All right, let's see. I don't know what he's talking about. I just got a message from somebody at work. You'll be able to do the UAT. Oh, I know what he's talking about. Oh, yes, I'll do it. Not that I want to do that. All right, guys, I got to get back to work so I can respond to this. But no. Luckily, we're done. Luckily, we're done with our piece. Anyway, there it is. I think it's really pretty. I'm going to put 2 holes in it. And then I'll hang it up. And so I think it's really pretty. All right, let's do this giveaway. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do this because I can't get Christy's comments to come over here. But I do appreciate that she's on YouTube a lot. So what I might do is just make an executive decision. So the comment that I pick on Facebook will get the trying to think what I want to do. Okay, so the comment will win one and the other one will win the other. Christy will win one for being on YouTube. And the comment, D. Macara, those tubes are annoying to have. That was the comment that my finger landed on. So D, I'm going to send you the mold and the Pixie Doh. And Christy, I'm going to send you the transformation. So congratulations, ladies. Congratulations. So, but I got to go for now. I will talk to you later. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Thursday, join us tomorrow, Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 Central if you're on Central Time. Love to have you. We're going to have so much fun. Anyway, y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye.